One. Hey, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Dr. TK, and I am super excited to be here. I will be going live tonight and just super excited to be able to share how my business was able to generate over $830,000 in less than 18 months. And so, if you watch it on the grams, but you want to hang out with us on YouTube, just go ahead and click that link and just head on over because I will be looking over there. Okay. Let me actually just pin this comment. Uh-oh. It won't pin, y'all. Okay, there it is. All right. So Instagram. I will be on the YouTubers because this is the main platform for tonight. A lot of people had asked for this, and so I want to make sure that I am going to be able to answer this question, but I will be looking over here for comments, right? And so how many of y'all saw that post I put on Instagram when I said that, I made over $830,000 plus from various platforms becoming a digital CEO. And so I want to go ahead and jump into it. The reason why I'm choosing to talk about this, for some of you who know, I've collaborated with one of my coaches so that I can expose my community for anyone, not just therapists, who want to become the best digital CEO that they want to be able to manifest profits, to be able to be given his Lego instructional guide, and to be able just to generate a whole lot of impact in their community. People are asking me, how did I make that amount of money? And then why did I choose his program? And so, I got to be like extra, right? So I'm going to take you all the way back. But as a reminder, those of you on Instagram, if you want to see the stuff I'm about to share on my screen, you need to go ahead and head over to YouTube. All right. Because I am going to share and show two things that you definitely want to see. All right. So the why. A little bit of history in terms of me being a professional clinical psychologist, and tapping into the business arena doing business stuff. That's where I started, y'all, is doing business stuff. So I've been in business since 2007 or 8, kind of just doing my own thing. And then over time, I started to like tap into having clearly a group practice. I had a solo practice. All of the mental health stuff was definitely successful. And I was able to build out those systems, I'm going to say, with no problem, even though there were some hiccups in the road, right? Meaning I self-taught myself everything, which means that it took me a long time to figure out what I was supposed to be doing, right? So that's the mental health side. And usually that's what people know me as, oh, that's a psychologist lady. That's a lady who worked in the jail. That's a lady who worked with difficult kids, couples, all that good stuff, right? So then once I start tapping into wanting to do more than just being known as a therapist, ain't nothing wrong with being a therapist, right? But I just felt like God created me to have such a bigger impact. And so I've always been really crafty on the internet. I know how to, design graphics. I love making videos. And so when Instagram first started popping, I was, all up in that thing when it was only for Apple users. And so fast forward, one of my good friends invited me to a live event that was for marketing. I went to the marketing event and I was like, they were like, I got a book. Do you got a book? And I'm like, I ain't got no book. But everybody at my table had a book. So I just felt like I was out of place. So what made that very significant for me is that I realized that outside of having a doctorate degree, there was a lot of stuff that I just did not know that was never taught to me. And it ain't going to get taught to me in the mental health field. And so I decided to join a program. I split the cost because 2 of us were able to join because I didn't understand investing. I paid $2,500 each of us, which equated to $5,000. And it was to help us market our business. If we wanted to become a speaker, it would help us with that. But there was no curriculum. There was no back office help for a team. It was just like get in a room every quarter, mastermind with one another, and learn from one another so that you can grow your business, right? So I did that. So then I realized over time, you just get that gut feeling like, something is still missing, right? So I realized something was missing, but I couldn't put my finger on it. So same friend said, you know what? It's a tour going on in your neighborhood, like in LA. So we should go there on the last day that we're supposed to be at this other mastermind like event though. So I said, bet, let's go. So me, my husband, and my husband's cousin went, had a great time, ended up joining her mastermind. And the reason I joined her mastermind, because I want y'all to hear why I chose to make various investments, is that I am very clear that I'm not about to duplicate no investment, not on purpose, unless somebody got horrible messaging. However, when I was in the room with that coach, I realized, I'm missing the mindset shift part. The reason why I can't even say out loud that I want to make $1 million one day is because I don't believe that I can. So put a one in the comment box if that sounds familiar to you. You have a picture of what you want in your life, but for whatever reason, you just can't find the ability to like let the number roll off your tongue, let the big home with the details roll off your tongue. You know, it just is very difficult because you up here. And to me, that's where the psychology comes from. So I was like, why am I having such a hard time with this? I'm a psychologist. I'm supposed to be able to get this. But it's something that happens when you have to work on yourself, if this makes sense, that all the training that you've done goes out the window when you have to apply it to yourself, hands down. And therapists know this, right? And so I joined her program, was part of her program for about 4 years. So the first gentleman, I was in his community for a total of 4 years, overlapping with the lady. And then I was in the ladies program for almost up to 5 years, going in different levels. I hope y'all follow. First investment was $2,500 to teach me how to write a book, publish it, launch a book, speak. Okay, that was it, right? And then I joined her program because it was speaking to my mindset. And also she taught me how to write email copy. She told me how to do messaging, how to do like not a course, because I had already by that point kind of like launched the course. That's something else. Hold on. But what I end up doing is really having an understanding of marketing and branding. I didn't know how to market or brand my business. And so that to me was what catapulted my business at that time, is giving my business another look, a refresh per se, but also learning email marketing, which I had not really learned outside of one course that I snuck in between those two masterminds. And I paid $2,000 for it. And it taught me how to have a webinar. So let me be clear. I was in part of a mastermind to teach me how to do books and speaking. In the midst of that, I was like, I want to do online courses. That's where my heart is pulling me to. I don't know what my course is going to be about. I think I want to serve other therapists, but I'm not sure. Okay. But what I'm saying is just start. And so then the second mastermind, but the third program I joined was more about manifestation, but also business. Right. So then as I'm going through her program, I start, tapping into more personal development over time. I listen to podcasts. I listen to YouTube motivation. And I started to like kind of get this sensation that something else was missing again. I could not figure it out. And I feel like that was God telling me, pay attention to the people I put in your life, to the people I put in your ear, to the people I put in your face, because odds are they're going to give you something that you need. But if you're not paying attention, you're going to miss your next blessing. I said, bet. So I was listening to Manifestation Babe. Some of you know her, like I speak of her, and she's a big guru in manifestation, but so was my previous coach. But different ethnicities, different culture, different like perspective, right? So I was like, ain't nothing wrong with like listening to two people. So it was something about her in which I was drawn into. So I binge listened. Then all of a sudden, she started talking about this Business by Design launch, right? Because she was a collaborator with him as well. So I was like, what is this program? But what rung my ears, and I remember that download, like pay attention to things and people that I put in your ear and in your face and in your head, because what I heard quickly is, yo, this was what you were looking for. It was the blueprint for, I'm going to say, the mechanical part of the digital product business. And the reason why I think I knew I was missing something, but I didn't know what it was, is because I had built out a profitable operating system for a solo practice and a group practice, having 8 therapists all across like 7 years. So I knew everything about mental health, but this other area, it was just like foreign to me. So I realized I need to make the investment because I don't want to spend another 8+ years trying to figure this out on my own. Put a 2 in the comment box if that makes sense. Why would you, on purpose, knowing that somebody is flashing the cars in front of you, why would you say, I'm going to go on YouTube and I'm going to spend countless hours of my time, but I say that I'm worth a whole lot of money. I'm going to spend all of my time trying to figure this out on my own. At that point, I've already made investments. So that just sounds dumb as F. I don't even want to curse today. I'm trying real hard not to curse, right? But it probably going to slip up. Uh-oh. So hold on. Let me minimize this because it's up for a reason. All right. So fast forward. I end up joining Business by Design. So that answered the why did you join Business by Design? I wanted to let you all know why I joined. It was a missing big ass piece. Here I go, from my business. And I didn't understand digital product business as much as I thought, right? So catapulting into what happened. Now I'm going to actually share the screen and I'm going to share with you all what happened during BBD. And what I want you to pay close attention to is the timeline. Okay, the timeline. So what I did last night, again, I listened to downloads. I'm a spiritual person. And I don't know, honestly, what I was listening to, but something said, go check out Business by Design and go look at where you started. Oh, that's what it was. People were introducing themselves saying, hey, I'm in BBD, right? And I'm a member of BBD, so I can welcome them just like everybody else. So as I was seeing their introductions, I was like, yo, I wonder what my introduction looks like. I don't remember, but it went by hella fast. So what I'm going to do right now is on YouTube. So click the link if you're watching on Instagram, if you want to see this. Okay. I'm going to share. Okay, here it is. So what I love about social media, y'all, is that it has timestamps. So I didn't post a lot, and I'm going to tell you why. All right. And at any time, like, leave any comments if you have any questions, you know, and I will, at least on Instagram, not Instagram, on YouTube, I can see it because I'm on the screen. So I scrolled all the way down to August 7th. So I want y'all to pay close attention to the timeline, because the topic is, how did I generate $830,000? Okay. So remember I said I joined a online course program. That online course program generated a little under $13,000. I'm going to say $12,000. That amount is also not counted into the 830,000. That's why I said a plus sign, because that number that y'all saw on Instagram, it came from one platform, and I wasn't using that platform until the pandemic. So I want you to remember that I launched my first digital course in July of 2019. I had been collecting money via Stripe and PayPal in various ways on various platforms. Okay. So there's a lot of money that's unaccounted for, even with the amount that y'all saw on Instagram. Okay. So August 7th of 2019, I said, hey, my name is TK, Takesha, because I ain't no psychologist in that space. I'm just me, right? I am excited to be in this group and cannot wait to see the results. Nice to meet everybody. To lay out the beginning of the timeline, I had my son March 2018. I joined my first online course to teach me how to launch a digital course. Like, just that's it. Nothing, no branding, nothing, right? But I joined that program, I believe, in April, 1 month after my son was born. It was between, he was 1 and 2 months. I joined that program. I went through that program, and then I launched the Dope Therapist Academy, not until, y'all, 2019. So what I also want you to hear as I'm sharing this story is that there were a lot of failures before I even launched Dope Therapist Academy. But I wouldn't consider them failures as a failure. I would consider them failures as I learned. I was smart enough to learn from my experiences. Okay. So what I did is not give up. In the beginning, I was just like doing random webinars, just serving people from the mental health perspective, business perspective, write a business plan perspective. But something about that didn't sit right. Right. But I was scared. I was scared to double down and say, I only want to serve therapists. And that means I'm going to have to say no to some people. And I got into a scarcity poverty mindset to believe that I wasn't going to make no money if I didn't serve everybody as a business coach, right? But God was saying, that's not your lane. I didn't take you through school, have you be a TA, have you be a professor, and build online courses for colleges for future therapists for you to say you ain't going to work with no therapist. Put a 1 in the comment box if you just got what I just said. I was destined to always work with therapists, but I believed that if I only narrowed down the niche really to the people that I really want to work with, I was scared that I would be in lack of money, in lack of abundance, and that I wouldn't have the pretty picture of my vision of my world, like, you know, for me. I wouldn't be able to have it, right? So that scared me. And fear will make you do some crazy things, like don't do nothing at all. Okay. So August 7th, I introduced myself, right? I'm in my office in my Compton home, right? I had just launched DTA July of 2019. Okay. So remember that July of 2019, I had already launched my first program. Joined this program. 2 days later, I'm in the living room. I am not going to allow me being a mother and a wife to say that I can't invest in myself and learn. Okay. So you see the little picture of the headphone. Modules by any means necessary. They were intrigued by the drawing, the kids were, because I was drawing out stuff that he was drawing on the screen, talking about James Wetmore, right? Display of Desire Island. That's something in the module. Y'all got to be in BBD to understand it, right? I said that the kids are quiet. That's what matters, okay? Because I had them drawing stuff too. Friday night with hubby and kids with my headphones. Again, timeline. I got in on August 7th. I start working on August 7th. And then on August 9th, I'm all the way in on module 2 already. August 13th, that's all but what, 4 days later. Then I'm not going to read this whole thing, but I scripted out what's called my beta launch. And I said, this is going to be successful. I'm going to offer it. And I offered it for free. And my rule was, in exchange for having a beta launch, I need video testimonials. I need feedback every single session. And I'm going to interview you all. So you got to fill out this form. I had all these people fill out this form. I got super geeked up, created my first landing page, created my first email series. Nobody finished the process. Nobody. One person hit me up and said, I'm ready to do it now. I said, well, hell, I gave y'all 4 weeks. I'm not about to sit here and use my free time to give y'all my free time. And you can't even fill out a questionnaire. Now, I didn't say it like that, but that's low-key how I felt inside. So some of y'all like launch something like that. And because it didn't work out the way that you wanted it to, all of a sudden you want to fucking quit. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop throwing in a towel so early, right? You have to go through a process. You got to go through a harvesting season. You got to go through a breakdown to build up, period. So I sat down with my feelings because I am a therapist. I got my thoughts together and I said, this ain't nothing. Get your butt back into that portal, right? So hence, this launch was a goddamn flop. But I learned one of the biggest lessons, which is I cannot bank my destiny on people who are not ready on what I have to offer. I'm just going to produce it again and or produce something better so that I can attract better people to come and work with me, because that's all I want anyway. So then we go into, look, I get right back into it. August 22nd, a week later, I'm sitting here working on the team module, in which I started to learn how to hire a virtual assistant. At that time, I didn't have anybody working for me. My group practice had already closed down. I was really just doing solo practice, running my entire launches by myself. So what does it say? Got 17 applicants in 30 minutes, okay, after I took action, after learning things in the portal. What you see on the video on the screen is me doing a boomerang with my dirty ass screen, right, on Instagram back then, but I put it on Facebook as well. And I said that I am creating my pretty much I was creating my core values for my coaching business, which I had never done. I had done it for my mental health business, therapist, because you know that like the back of your hand, right? But coaching industry is a whole different ball game, right? So that's when James Ward actually, he responded back to my post. And I was like, oh my God, he saw my post. It was kind of like a celebrity moment. Like, oh my God, the coach saw myself in a group full of all these people, right? So that was like a important moment for me. Now, if you look closely in the back of the boomerang, you will see that there's a vision board. The vision board, you will see pictures of therapists. I see some of the therapists that have logged on. I don't know if they're still on here on either Instagram, but y'all can't see it, but on Facebook, on YouTube, is that when I had my first launch, I went to the 99-cent store. I bought 2 blue poster boards. Those had already faded based off the sun in my office. And I found pictures on Pinterest. I made me a vision board that would depict my first cohort in my coaching program. Okay. And that's something that I learned from that second coach that I had. Like, write the vision down, make it plain, and put pictures to it. And I'm a vision board person, right? So I was excited for the shift. Then I want you to notice something. There was a disappearance from August 22nd to 2019 to July 16th, 2020. You would have thought that I may have fallen off if you're so used to me posting, but I didn't fall off. So now I'm going to verbally tell you what happened while that screen stays right there, okay? And let me know if you're getting something from this, if you feel like it's speaking to you. Did you need to hear this tonight? Even if you don't join BBD, is this what you needed to hear to keep going? So, excuse me. So what ended up happening is my goal after the July 2019 launch, my goal was to only launch DTA, I believe, once or twice in 2020. Now, nobody know what 2020 was happening, what was happening in 2020. So January happened. And I said, you know what? I really want to have a membership program. So I'm going to walk you through how I used Business by Design beyond Me low-key making my money back even by hiring my first team member and cleaning up my back office. So I logged on to Business by Design, and I had already went through the modules. But sometimes when you go through modules the first time, you're consuming information, you're not really writing it down to implement it because you can't remember all that stuff, right? So I went back into the module, but I know where everything is at this point. So I'm like, I know he has something about a membership execution guide. So I go to the execution list and I'm like, boom, membership. So that's how I launched the Dope Therapist Tribe. For those of you who were familiar with that, excuse me. So I launched, thank you, Instagram. So I launched the Dope Therapist Tribe with what's called the football method. If you heard his 3-day Rise of the Digital CEO, he talked about that. So I did the football method. I got 54 people in, y'all, in less than 14 days. On top of that, in the first 2 weeks of January, I decided that I wasn't going to continue the last mastermind program because that program is 9 months. Then I got a download one morning. I don't know what it was, but the download said, call up the program. You got the money. Join the mastermind, even though you've already missed 4 months, because I need you to be connected with this person regarding your mindset, manifestation, and just connection, because I just need you to. Now, little did I know, after I bought a ticket in less than 7 days, flying down to Orlando, Florida, and going to an event and the mastermind event and telling my coach that, yo, I just got 54 people in my membership as of me sitting in there in the moment, like getting sales on my phone. Talk about automation, digital CEO. I am in Orlando, flew first class, nice hotel, flew by myself because I didn't have time to buy everybody a ticket, right? Went down there for 36 hours, or no, 48 hours. Went to a mastermind and a 1-day live event. And I'm sitting there getting money on my phone. Okay. And I was like, yo, this is what this feels like, right? And so I did that, launched that program. Okay. Then I stayed in the mastermind. Little did I know the pandemic was happening. She may or may not be on here, but some of y'all know Shayla. Shayla plus one other person I think they filled out a form and they got on a Zoom call with me because back then I was doing consultations for the future DTA. I did the call in March. 2 weeks later, the pandemic happened. I told Shayla and another person, the next cohort ain't to May, you can make a deposit. They said, I'll wait, but I really want it now, but I'll wait. So a few of them, more than those two, put a little deposit down for DTA. And I said, I'm going to launch it in May. Now, let me bring this all together with how powerful having the right tools at your fingertips and what it can do for your business will speak volumes to why I chose to collaborate and push this program because of what it's done for me and how I was able to make this money. Okay. So the pandemic hits. I wake up that Monday morning after having a low-key cancel my son's 2-year-old birthday party. I had a pink hoodie on that said Dope AF Therapist. Some of y'all remember because I was posting that stuff, and I posted a post on Instagram that said something like, don't close your damn business today. People need you. You are an essential provider. And that thing just went in the therapist world viral. And I was like, oh, people like me to tell them off. Bet. But what ended up happening during that time is that I had a download that says, you need to launch DTA, but you need to launch it quick because these therapists need you. Not in May, they need you right now. And I hope that therapists that joined during that time or now, you understand why my passion is the way that it is. I love therapists. I am a therapist. I coach therapists. I supervise therapists. I've managed therapists. I've hired therapists. I love who I serve, period. And if you don't have that kind of passion, you ain't gonna last. You got to be in it for the marathon. If you got a business, any business, and you're in it for a sprint and not the marathon, your shit is going to crash, period. So what I end up doing is heading over to Business by Design. And I said, what he got in here for another launch? So it was something called relaunch your program. Bet. So I sat there and followed the little Lego instructions and I relaunched DTA in 2 weeks, did something unheard of for me, went live on YouTube, which is now, I guess by second nature, I'm doing it all the time. But I went live on YouTube, testing out with a hoodie, people seeing random videos of me saying, this ain't real, get off, like I ain't ready. But I went live 5 days. My goal was to launch it for 16 students. I hit my 16 goal. So let me remind you, my first launch with another program, I said I wanted 12, made the vision board, got 12. When I got into his program, I had a team, right? I had a system that I can build. So now I can have a foolproof onboarding system for new clients and I can nurture them, I can take care of them, and I can enhance the experience. And not only that, I'm going to hit up the therapists that joined me in 2019 and I'm going to ask them to come on over because it's a pandemic and I know that you might need help. So come on over, boo, I'm going to go ahead and grandfather you in. So some of them did that, right? So what ended up happening is, let's go back to this board now. So in the January, I did the Dope Therapist Tribe membership, and that was temporary. That was like a year and a half of me really just testing out how to expose therapists to various streams of income. Little did I know that that was the birth of the mastermind on a mini level, right? Then I decided to launch DTA. For some of you who heard, because I'm not going to go into detail about it, I pretty much had 8 launches in 1 year. Dope Therapist Tribe, Dope Therapist Academy, over and over and over again because of these Lego instructional guides. And then I also was able to launch a live event. So let's go over here. So what does this say? July 16th, I'm asking them about how to pay a VA because your girl hired one in May. I'm ready to go, right? But then something magical happened a few days later. I said, yo, James Wetmore, your program is the ish. I joined last year and I did a 16K launch for therapists launching a profitable practice. May 2020, that's our cohort. I've also used this launch process to do a Las Vegas experience, that Vegas event that we threw in the middle of the pandemic, not knowing what was really happening, for therapists at the end of this year, and sold 12 spots at 111 within 6 days. And then your girl started dancing off Too Short to E40, right? This week, I'm launching again for the coaching program, is super fired up. When since I've disappeared from the group, LOL. Followed every inch of the webinar launch this week. So far, 38 out of 50 seats are filled. I hope that y'all getting this. Let me know in the comment box if you are understanding the process, because I'm using the system that I have to do the work with, though. You can't just get the system and act like you ain't doing the work. So I did the work. And then I realized if I follow instructions, I'm good, right? Did my Facebook ad pixels, learn how to do that, but I did have to get on the internet and figure it out. Results are fire. Increasing my email list. Best part, past clients are still reporting wins. Back end offers for the membership. If you don't know what that means, you got to get in BBD or you got to be in ECM, right? I woke up and felt like this and posted on Instagram. Thank you so much, because I give gratitude to people who I feel, even if they don't know who I am, I'm going to let you know that I am thankful and grateful for you putting something together to make an impact, to help me in an area that I really wanted to thrive in, but I didn't know how, right? So I said, you making my launches a party. Compton is about to dance this week, right? And then I copy and pasted what I put on Instagram. So that was July 22nd. But here's the thing. Something in my heart was telling me during the pandemic, it's probably some people in this community that are all wanting to be or becoming digital CEOs that are not therapists. They're just people, right? And they may be concerned, oh man, I got a small email list. I ain't got no email list. I don't even know who I want to serve. I don't even know who my niche is. During the pandemic, I really tapped into me dancing off Mike Peel on YouTube, and I decided to have some fun. So what did I do on July 30th? Y'all guessed it. I did another launch. Cart closed tonight, and how I am going out on Instagram. Oh, and I generated $18,705 this month in my coaching business, not counting payment plans, not counting $2,500 in the nonprofit collaboration in which I gave 5 hours of my time, and some money from private practice because I started to decrease my hours. Fire me the fuck up. Okay. And so, not to mention, let's keep going. All right. Last week, I had another 10K day where 2 of my clients signed up for my 5K mentor program, right? And they're in ECM right now. So I had 2 people renew and stay with me again. You should be launching a damn party like me, right? And I said, who's with me? I'm all about firing y'all up, right? I'm doing one more encore training today. So I've had a 50% show rate. Usually the show rate, y'all, is 30%. Your girl was hitting 50. So that also means that what I was learning in his program was working because I was beyond the average, right? And then I told them like what I was doing in Swipe File. Now, this is one of the biggest things that it blew my mind. And that's when I realized, oh, therapists want to hear me talking about money, right? So remember I said I went to that event in January in Orlando. She had us write a manifestation check. So I wrote the manifestation check in January at the event. I chose to write it for the day I wanted it to come to fruition. Now, how I write my manifestation checks is I date it today because I don't want to put any caps on when it will manifest, if that makes sense, right? So it says to Branding for Abundance, Inc. Now, mind you, my corporation became approved December 24th of 2019. So I already said that my new business was about to make money. Okay. So I said that on July 28th, 2020, I'm going to manifest $50,000. And what I chose to do during that check is I did not write where it was going to come from. I chose to just say, I'm going to leave it to the universe. I'm going to leave it to God. We will figure out where this money going to come from when it's supposed to come. Do y'all know that next I decided to, and I'm not going to like go through all of this, but I pretty much went back into his portal and said, in order for me to be, to me, a true digital CEO, I need to stop negating not want to do these numbers. And I need to go ahead and do conversion rates, CPL, EPL. I'm running Facebook ads. How am I spending money? What is my conversion rates? How many people from who sign up show up? How many people who show up actually sign up? How many people that don't sign up do something else with me, right? You need to know that because that will tell you how long maybe it takes somebody in your funnel, in your ecosystem to sign up for something with you. So this was my first time doing numbers. I was like, I don't know if it's wrong, but I just followed the blueprint in the portal and put it on Google Drive, right? So do you know that I did my numbers? It just so happened to be, I believe, July 28th or the 29th. It was a Saturday. My old coach said, but I was still in her program. She said, can you come and talk about your experience being in my program for my virtual event? We went virtual for the pandemic. I said, bet, like I'm grateful for you as well, clearly, right? So her main person assistant called me and I said, I got a surprise, but I don't even want to tell you. I want to wait until I get on live, right? And she was like, what is it? I said, I ain't telling you. So it was my turn to speak. I spoken to the women and men there, start crying and all this stuff, right? Because I was talking about infertility, don't give up, being on bed rest at 5 months pregnant, investing in yourself, all that good stuff, right? And then I said, her name is Dr. Sasha. I was like, are you sitting down? And she was like, yeah. And I said, well, I don't know if she told you, but I got something to tell you. And I said, are y'all ready? Right? And they were like, yeah. And I said, I just did my numbers last night and I manifested my first 50K month. Who the hell want a 50K month around here? Put a one in the comment box, right? Feel like I'm at an auction. Put a one in the comment box if you want a 50K or more month. That's when I realized how real this digital product world was and how no caps applies to me as long as you are operating in alignment with what you're supposed to do, who you're supposed to be serving. And I cannot stress this enough because I've been low-key yelled at in so many words in one of our therapist Facebook groups. And y'all know which group I'm talking about, but I ain't gonna say the name though. But I remember at one point in the pandemic saying, if you follow your heart and you make an impact, money will follow. Something like that. I fucking got chewed out. People are like, nah, sis, I gotta make money. Nah, sis, I gotta work. Okay, nah, sis, you're gonna keep with that 6-figure salary. And in 2022, your 6-figure salary is poverty. Let's be all the way real. But your girl don't wanna post that in the group because I ain't trying to become Takesha in the group. Okay, I'm trying to remain Dr. TK. I'm not trying to become Takesha in the group because I will unleash her real quick. But why would I position myself to do that? I'm not gonna do it. Okay, but I'm telling y'all, now you understand what I mean. I just gave you my whole journey. I gave you what was already destined. So I broke down how I made the money. So I'm just gonna sum this up. Recent launch stats. I relaunched DTA 7/18. I did a webinar. I want y'all to hear this. Those of you who say, oh my God, I did a one webinar, it ain't working, nobody showed up. Well, do the fucking shit again. Like, do it again. So I did webinar number 1. Some people showed up. Webinar number 2, some people showed up. Webinar number 3, oh, you're going to show up again, right? And I didn't offer no replays. I invited them back. I did Facebook ads. I did all these things. Summary, I got 9 students. So I want y'all to hear that. I did 3 hours of my time and I converted 9 students. Now, I'm thankful. But some of y'all be like, but I really wanted 12. When you say things like I only got 9 students, you're being very disrespectful to the people that believe in you, that invested in you, especially in some of y'all beginning of y'all journey. You're being disrespectful. Be thankful that 9 people have invested in you because they believe that you can solve their problem. Put a 1 in the comment box if you understand that. Because some people, and James Wedmore talked about this in one of his last podcast episodes, some of y'all, the reason why you're not attracting more abundance in your life, in your business, in your bank account is simply because you're not even grateful for what you have. You're not grateful for the people who are there with you right now. That's your ride or dies. Stop playing. Okay? So, got 9 students, super grateful, prayed over them, wrote a little manifestation check, you feel me? So then I said, I'm gonna keep giving back. So I broke down where the money came from. I said, 3 people paid in full. This is knowing your numbers. 3 people paid in full. 6 people did payment plans. Total generate revenue, I'm gonna round that up to $20,000, $19,997, right? So I was like, wow. So I reframed it. Wow, I spent, this is gonna kill y'all. So put a 2 if you like, whoa, right? I spent 3 hours of my time face to face via webinar, and I made $20,000. Let me know where they do that at. Let me know. Let me know. Y'all like that? Now, granted, I did a whole lot of work behind the scenes, but I hope that you also see that I relaunched a program, which means that part of the digital CEO process in James Wetmore program is that he gives you the instructional guide so that you can just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Some of y'all, the reason why you're not creating and publishing products is because you keep trying to start from scratch. That don't even make sense, but that's what y'all doing though. So then I decided to ask 2 of my students to renew their contract for one-on-one coaching at that time because they were up for renewal. They did it. So that generated another $10,000. Then I said I wrote the check, right? So then a couple of other things played a role, but basically when I calculated everything up, the live event, the coaching, the launch, I end up having a $51,000 month. I was like, wow. So then let's go a little bit further. One day I woke up, what was that? August 3rd, August 20th. I said, you know what? I wonder what would happen because I'm launching DTA a whole lot. And it's still the pandemic. I'm a little tired, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to still show up. So I said, what if I put this thing on what they call evergreen, automated? Meaning I record a webinar, or I use the one I recorded already, and I plug it into a system, and then I go and do the work. So I went on Business by Design and I just started typing in words like evergreen, automation, webinar, something got to pop up. It just so happened that at least back then it was in BBD. Now it's like a separate bonus, but it's called automation. So look at this number. I published, following his instructions, in less than 2 weeks, a automated webinar system with the whole email drip out, everything, right? Bought all these systems. I had to invest. Just buying a coaching program ain't enough. I got to invest in systems for my business, right? And within 7 days of turning on my evergreen funnel, I made $4,000. Where they do that at? Right? Where can you make $4,000 in your sleep? Like, I woke up to sales. Put a 1 in the comment box if you want to make $4,000 when you wake up. Like, yo, this is fire, right? So I said, this dude just got way too much stuff. Okay. So then clearly, if I keep scrolling up, now you see me implementing everything. I'm at the live event. So I just want to show them like, okay, y'all, the launch that I had, it was popping, right? And then I gave them like a copy of, hey, watch this video. This is a recap of the event. Thank you so much. Okay. So I really just wanted to show y'all today what it's like to go on a journey. And then this is just a quick, I'm not going to scroll all the way up. But for those of you who are like, I can't get focused, listen, I have a lot of ideas as well. I have changed my mind multiple times, but I can tell you that once I realized that keep changing my mind is not going to get me to the destination that I want to go to, I have to sacrifice being scared to do it scared. I have to jump over the bridge and take a leap of faith and not know what's on the other side. And that's some of business owners' problem, is that, especially therapists, you want to predict every move. This ain't therapy, but this is your life. And so if you pay attention to the screen, I've showed you Canva, right? Let me see. Hold on. So let me switch the screen. Hold on. So let me share screen, Chrome, Canva. Okay. So what you'll see on Canva is that I've had a hot pink brand. I've had a teal brand. I've had a black and white brand. I've created probably 500 damn products at this point, like in my head, right? On Canva. Most of them got put out to the world. And then I saw that it did or did not work and I didn't do anything with it. But as you can see, just with me scrolling, there's multiple branding in here. Why am I sharing this with you? Because sometimes you have to go through trial and error in order to get the results that you want. Okay. So this is how, in terms of some of the mindset, because people who sign up for Business by Design through my link, they will actually get my bonuses. So let me explain that. James Wetmore has his whole program plus bonuses. Then he released like 2 more bonuses. One of them came back. One of them is Mind Your Money, a whole mindset reframe course, right? Which I listened to that last year, changed my life in terms of like how I see money. in this new norm. Okay. Then what he gave is, and he actually just like added this last night and we didn't even know about it being like affiliates and collaborators with this program. So he dropped and this is where I'm like, this is why I messes with, I'm not trying to curse you kid, this is why I messes with him. Okay. So this is the message that I received from breaking down his message that he gave us. I don't want there to be any excuse if somebody wants to become a digital CEO and build, to me, an abundant lifestyle for their family, their business, their future. I don't want there to be any excuse. So some people just won't join a program because they feel like they're not going to be able to get their first coaching client, right? So we got permission to release the extra bonus this morning. And it's good until 11:59 tonight because this program doesn't open up again until next year. So the goal of that program, from what I heard, is like, if we can get the person to get one high ticket client, that should take care of the whole program. So that way you can just show up and be in the program. Put a 2 if you just understand that level of impact. I want to position anybody who joins my program. This is like pretty much what he's saying. The people who want the outcome, I don't want there to be any barriers. So if there's a financial barrier because inflation is real, I want to give them this extra bonus that will help them secure a high ticket client. Yeah, you got to do the work though. But I'm going to give them extra processes that actually is not included and has never been included in BBD. Okay. Because if they can get that high ticket client, it can pay for the BBD program. So then they could just focus on making more money. I was like, damn, like, shit, sign me up again. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I felt last night, like to the point where I felt like I was about to cry. Right. So fast forward this morning. Why am I doing this morning? I mean, like right now. It wasn't just for the Instagram post. I woke up this morning and I couldn't even find the words for it. And I had told my husband, I said, I can't really articulate it, but it feels like there's a pit. Like, see, I'm getting emotional again because I got emotional this morning and then I had to jump straight into work. So I let it come out and then I just like patch myself back up. Right. So I felt like a pitch on the bottom of my stomach. And as a therapist, we always do self-awareness, mindfulness, scan our body. Like, what's going on? What does this remind me of? And I kid you not, I'm not saying that the circumstances were exactly the same, but put a 2 in the comment box if what I'm about to say resonates with you. I feel like the times that we're going through now with people hitting poverty, that fucking make $50,000 and can't afford their rent, can't move out their house, can't buy a house. This reminds me of just like another pandemic. So the gut feeling that I had this morning was like, I actually wanted to go live at 7:30, but I couldn't because I knew that I would go over 30 minutes. And I knew that would interject into my coaching session with one of my therapist clients, right? But I told him, I said, I don't know why I'm getting emotional, but it just feels like we're on a repeat from 2 years ago. It's just a different circumstance. But it's almost like a lot of people are being re-traumatized. And I'm saying that wholeheartedly because this is what I've seen in my community. And I think I'm emotional because it more so hurts. So like, it hurts when I see, like, I'm gonna say therapists. I see therapists like put their health, self-care on the line. You get a job after you go to school to live the American dream, right? Do all these damn slave ship hours. And then you may even have had a job where they ain't got no work for you in the pandemic. So what do? Okay, well, I guess I'll open up a business. So then you either get my help or you don't. Needless to say, you open up a business and then you pop it because clients are dropping on your doorstep like easy. So to a lot of therapists, they like, private practice is easy. And if you recall, if you've been following me for a while, I specifically created an entire series on, and it's going to come back in August, but it's going to be renamed as the new norm and the marathon. Put on one if y'all remember this. Is your practice pandemic proof? Is your private practice pandemic proof? And everybody who showed up, and I say everybody that was commenting in the box, when I did that full assessment, that's when therapists, and I did it at the end of 2020, that's when therapists realized, oh, I don't actually know how to market. Oh, I don't actually know how to get clients. I don't know how to write copy. I don't know who my real ideal client is because I'm just saying yes, because I'm just trying to serve the world because private practice is at an all-time high need right now, right? So unfortunately, what has happened to a good amount of clinicians that I talk to is that you hit that dip that I've warned y'all about in every boot camp that I have when we do that wealth assessment, which is more practices than not will see a dip. I don't care if you see kids or adults, because adults got kids. There will be a potential dip in June and July, in November and December. And if you don't plan for it, your practice will pay for it. Oh, that's bars right there. I didn't even plan that. Right. Okay. But also, you also didn't think that your goal of hitting 6 figures in a private practice would not be enough for you to sustain your business. So what I decided to do with James Wetmore this year, I applied for the collaboration affiliate program like months ago. I got accepted. Then I actually didn't pay attention to any of the emails. I'm gonna be totally frank, because I was trying to figure out, how can I position this for my audience so that it's not duplicating what I already do with them, but it's enhancing what I know they need that I have, because they want those results. And what I've shared, just to be fully transparent on another level, what I've shared with my mastermind students, because they do get me one-on-one, I can walk them through their launches, is that I got 21 students in that program. There's no way I'm about to sit here on purpose and create 21 different launch execution guides. You done lost your damn mind. Let me just tell you why. Why would I create something when it's someone else's gift? They already have it. Does that mean you need to make another investment? Yes. Does that investment outlast this mastermind this year? Yes. So stop looking at it as, oh shit, I'm about to pay some more money. You're about to pay some more money that will fucking 100x your business if you do the work. Okay. So that explains how I made the money, why I chose to go into digital product ship, right? And more importantly, I really hope that you heard that I chose to narrow down in March of 2020. So I'm grateful that the pandemic era happened, because I don't know if I would have narrowed down to the degree that I have. And narrowed down clearly reaped results. But it didn't reap results just because I said I wanted $830,000, or truth be told, based off my launches and recurring revenue coming in, my business has already hit, at least from being open to now, over $1 million. And some people may say, well, you didn't make the $1 million in a year. I hope that y'all won't say that. But some people may be thinking it. And I'm like, listen, I go in milestones. My first goal was to say that I'm worthy. Put worthy in the comment box if y'all with me. My first goal was to say I'm worthy of making $1 million. I skipped from 250 all the way to $1 million. It went from 100 to 250 with my group practice and stuff to $1 million. But I couldn't say it until I got into that one lady's program, Dr. Station, right? So I say I'm worthy of making $1 million, right? Or more, right? Then I started getting these tools because I started paying attention, and I was okay with investing in myself. Then it became more apparent to me that if I'm connected to the right people and I choose wisely still what investment to make, because if I'm going to go all in, I'm going to pay the money and make the investment, I'm going to get my money back. So what do you need to do to be successful in any online program, let alone this program? In my program, you need to be all in for yourself, and you need to be all in for the impact that you're trying to make. You can twist my equation all you want. If you don't want to make an impact, your business will not last long, because you will be doing it for the wrong reasons. Am I saying you shouldn't have a money goal? Hell no, have a money goal every day, right? But at the end of the day, if you're not making a difference, you're truly not even practicing altruism. Why were you here? Why are you here? What's your purpose? My purpose is not to be here and buy a damn Gucci rolly bag. That was not paved, and I believe Jesus's birth sentence to me. I found my purpose, and I'm living it through. And if that means that my email list will stay small, I'm cool with it. I'd rather my email list be small and me talk only to the people that are going to benefit from my services, versus playing a numbers game and saying I want 10,000 subscribers, but only 1,000 of those subscribers are actually qualified goddamn leads. People who are potentially interested in your stuff. Wake up. But you got to start from somewhere. Okay. So did y'all enjoy this today? So if you want to learn more about BBD, I said I was going to share the bonuses. So let me pull these up. Where is it at? Oh my God. Okay, so I'm just gonna save it. Okay, so here are the bonuses that I have on top of his. Okay, so I know that people will potentially get into an online course and get overwhelmed, especially therapists. So what I'm gonna do is I first am going to, like, you thought you heard a lot today. I haven't even told y'all the mindset of how I had to make the shift and what was going on personally and in the business. I ain't gonna share with you all my business, but I am gonna drip 7 secret audio like podcast workshops to the people who sign up. But you got to use my link. If you're watching on Instagram, the link is in my bio. You just go to drtk.com/links. The link will disappear by in the morning. Even if you click the link after 12 o'clock, it ain't gonna do nothing. Okay. Cart closes, meaning enrollment closes tonight at 11:59 Pacific Standard Time. So if you're on the East Coast, you got more time. Okay. So his program is for people who want to have coaching businesses online, have memberships, or digital products. If you are a person where you say, I want to have a group practice, don't join this program. Just hit me up in the fall for the mastermind. Okay. So he gives you the Lego instructions, which is why I broke down all the steps in order to have your launches. There's a Facebook community. There's coaching calls for a spectrum of like 4 months. And then you can come back for future cohorts the next year. Okay. So my 4 bonuses are as follows: abundant multi-6-figure, potentially 7-figure. Hello, y'all. Launch mindset secrets. So you're going to get 7 of them. Okay. Motivational interviewing in December. So if you're a therapist, you can claim CEs. If you're not a therapist, you still come. What we will do in that workshop is plan, what do you want to do for at minimum the first quarter next year, if not the whole year. So it's like goal setting and figuring out what barriers are in your head or in your way for you to remove them. Okay. So I have that every year, and that's a pretty epic workshop. The third bonus is going to be onboard systems and packet for new coaching clients. So some of you that are even in my programs or on my email list, you may wonder, how does she do her branding? How does she put together the package for me to download in the portal? Where do these worksheets come from? I'm going to show you how to get all of that. I'm going to show you how to devise it. I'm going to show you what I put in my onboarding email. I'm going to give all of that to you. Okay. He will give you the Lego guide to do the whole damn launch. I want to help you take care of your clients post-launch, because to me, that's the other extension to impact. Okay. It's taking care of people after they've invested in you to give them a solution to their problem. Okay. So that's number 3. Number 4 is you're going to get the abundant BBD, Business by Design course navigation. Because like I said, when you log in, you can be like, oh my God, I got to do this many lessons, right? So it will be recorded live along with motivational interviewing and onboarding systems. It will be recorded for those who can't make it, because I can't adjust the schedule. We're going to send the schedule out next Tuesday after we reconcile the receipts. So this is how it works. If you're on Instagram and you sign up and you're not on my email list, once you sign up, DM me. When you DM me, I'm going to send you a link, and the link will say, upload your receipt. What day did you join? What's your name? And we have to reconcile that with his list. That's why we need the whole weekend and Monday. Okay. But we're going to send out an email on Tuesday. If you get my emails, it should have been something on the bottom of the email, like a PS. Click here to claim your bonuses, and you fill out the form. Now, if we clearly see that you signed up under my link and we don't have no form for you, we're going to be emailing you like on Monday, like, yo, we don't got this form, and we want to send you the email like everybody else on Tuesday. So make sure that you upload your receipt and fill out this form. So as I repeat, you're going to get his whole program, his bonuses, extra bonuses of how to get a high ticket coaching client, plus Mind Your Money course. Plus, you're going to get 4 of my bonuses, and 3 of them will be live. And on Tuesday, we're going to send you the schedule. Again, they will be recorded. You will have lifetime access to them. Okay. So if you're watching on YouTube, and I'm going to go back to the comment box, you can go to the same Instagram link and it says enroll in Business by Design, BBD, Therapist Takeover. You do not have to be a therapist if you want digital products. Okay. I cater to therapists, but if you learned about it from me, I would greatly appreciate it if you can click my link. Okay. So let me head over to the comments. How is this different from DTA? DTA is private practice only. Business by Design is digital products. That's just like straightforward. I'm so on the fence even after speaking directly with the BBD alumni. So let me be clear. Private practice is a whole business structure. You're not going to be providing coaching sessions to your therapy clientele. Does that make sense, Kelly? So I will say though, because let me just say this. One of my ECM students asked, like, Do you think I should join? And I was like, oh, I'm not giving you no advice. Like, this is still like, I'm gonna still be a therapist on this moment, right? So I said, I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but I can ask you a higher quality question, which is, can you log into the portal and commit to yourself that you can launch your first product at a beta level, meaning you testing something out within the first 90 days up to 6 months? The answer is yes, you join. Like, you already talked to a BBD alumni. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, hit me up if you need to talk to another alumni. But hell, I am an alumni. Okay. So let me just differentiate it. Dope Therapist Academy is for solo private practice only. We do not, and Kelly, you know this, we do not ever talk about digital products outside of me asking you during niche, what do you want to do? But I'm not about to show you a launch, right? The mastermind is masterminding together to make sparks go off, to be accountable to one another, and to be around people who have the mindset of the next level version of you. Okay. So that's a mastermind. And in the mastermind, we're focusing on not private practice, but group practice expansion and digital product launches. So like Ginger, she does government contracts, right? She's one of the speakers at the conference. She's in the ECM program, right? Lori, she had the Authors Boot Camp, and now she's building a group practice. She's in the mastermind. Shayla was in DTA, but now she built digital courses on anxiety, social media. She has coaching programs. None of that was ever taught and will be taught in DTA. So if you're a clinician and you are new to me or you've been around me for a while, if you are waiting on the private practice part, hold off until Monday. I got something dropping on Monday. And I also got something dropping in August. Okay. All right. Awesome. So does anyone have any questions? All right. So I'm going to wrap up. I will be in my DMs for a while tonight on Instagram. If you have the text number, I'll be checking that, frequently throughout the evening, because I know that open enrollment closes. How much is a program? The 3K. How much can you start with if it has a payment plan? Yes, it does. 12 months. It starts off at $297 for 12 months, or you can do a 6-pay for $577, or you can clearly pay in full. Go to the enrollment page. At least what you should do if you're interested, go click on the link in my bio. Go just check out the page, right? The worst thing that can happen is you say, this is not for me right now because I am working on my private practice business, for example, as a therapist, right? And that would make sense. If you have questions, you need to phone a BBD, which I emailed out, but if you need that link too, let me know. It closes tonight, and let me be clear, his program does not open until June of 2023. So if you know you want to launch digital products within the next 12 months, this will be the time. Okay. So I hope that you all appreciate me finally sharing this with my community. I've been holding on to this like behind closed doors, but y'all know I had investments, right, in coaching programs, but I had to find the right time and space in order to present it. So there you have it. Next time y'all see me, I'll be on here saying, I got that million, right? By making an impact. So I will see all y'all later. Your girl got a pack for Walt Disney World. Your girl about to go have some fun in that humidity. I am not excited about that part, but I'm going to go have some fun with the kids, go to Walt Disney World. And it's crazy because last year this time, let me close out with this. I launched the Dope Therapist Academy. Some of y'all remember this from Walt Disney World last year. So we did our boot camp the week before I went to Walt Disney World, and then I did open and close enrollment while I was at Walt Disney World. Got my whole family involved. I did a whole podcast episode on it, but it was really fun, and I didn't mind doing it. I just showed up live for 30 minutes a day. You know what I'm saying? People knew why I had on a bathing suit, you know what I'm saying, with a cover up. And I was like, listen, I just got out the pool. You know what I'm saying? Walt Disney World, come roll with me. You know what I'm saying? But don't you want to work from anywhere and everywhere if you want to, right? And so the power of having a operating machine in your back office is key. All right. Y'all have a great night. Have a prosperous weekend. Stay tuned for behind the scenes on Instagram, because I will be taking y'all on my trip. Hello, with some reels and some stories. All right, y'all. Bye. Oh, and please subscribe. Sorry. Subscribe, like, and comment, because I need to know that this information is working on YouTube. If you're watching on Instagram, go ahead and just subscribe so that you can also see the behind the scenes of vlogs and events, because that's where I post the whole videos at. So I'm trying to hit 1,000. If y'all can help me reach 1,000, who down to help me reach 1,000? I'm at 700 or something, 754 or something like that. I want to hit 1,000. like YouTube subscribers. Like that's my 2022 goal. Okay. So spread the news, just like share my channel or something. All right.